Oh, people still popping in here, still
Hey,
popping
Dr.
in.
Mifflin fans. Wow.
All righty. Well, hello, everybody. We're back again with our Residence Life Speaker Series. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Justin Brown. I'm here with my co-host,
Leah Paulson.
And today we have the very funny, amazing, and talented Kate Flannery with us. As you know, she's an American actress, best known for her work throughout television. She's been on multiple different things, which we'll talk about here in a second, but she played Meredith Palmer on the NBC hit series, The Office, and she is the voice role of Carol in the animated series, OK Ko. Let's be heroes. And most importantly, she was born in Philadelphia. So everybody wave and welcome to Kate Flannery.
What's up? And my sister graduated from Westchester.
All right, so let's try this. Who's up? See if they say it. Rams up. There we go. So Kate, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, as well as can be expected. I mean, I haven't been to a bar in like 6 weeks.
So how are you hanging in there? Because most of these students are under 21, so they haven't been to a bar in 6 weeks either.
I'm sure they've never been to a bar. Never. No. It's tough times, you guys. I mean, I was just thinking, gosh, I mean, we all got yanked out of the real world, and here you are, probably with your parents and probably scratching your head like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
So, you're not alone. I mean, you may not see anybody, but you're still not alone. And, we're all going to get through this. We're all going to get through this.
Right. We got the Walsh family in here watching too. So we know that people are watching with their families.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I'll keep it clean then.
No. You should be fine. So you have any funny quarantine stories? Like anything you've been up to, anything you've tried new?
Well, I feel like I've seen the Office folks a lot because we've done a bunch of charity Zoom. So I feel like it's been like the conference room, but with our computers. It's kind of hilarious. And, I mean, with Creed and with Brian, who plays Kevin, with Oscar. I mean, yeah, there's been a few like, I mean, it's just, we're all in the same room virtually now. Right.
So what's going to happen is we're going to ask the students to post their questions here in the chat. So if you have a question for Kate, go ahead and post it here in the chat, and then we're going to ask you. And those who are watching on Facebook as well, if you have a question, go ahead and answer it for us, and we'll go ahead and ask it, and we'll shoot it to Kate here in a second. So Kate, you've been on a lot of things since The Office. I think I also saw you on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So talk to us about what that transition looks over, because you're just like on the funniest shows ever. There's somewhere that you're around in.
Well, the great thing about The Office is that there's such goodwill for the show still. Obviously, I mean, it's such there's so much respect for it. So I feel like it's allowed me to be invited to some really great shows. And I'm Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We actually have a few of the same writers from The Office. And then I just did like a Young Sheldon and a couple episodes of Another Period on Comedy Central. And it's just, it's nice to get to visit some fun shows. It's a joy. And, this is the thing. It's so rare to get a show that lasts 9 seasons. So yeah. I feel like, it's all gravy after this. I'm just happy to be invited.
Okay. All right. Any future projects or anything that we're going to be seeing you on?
Not that I can discuss right now.
Okay.
I do tour with Jane Lynch, and we're supposed to come to Philadelphia. Jane Lynch and I did a Christmas album a couple years ago, and we've been doing these Christmas tours. And we're technically supposed to be in Philly on December 5th at the City Winery. We'll see.
So we can literally make this visit happen, because you're here in Philadelphia. We will come and pick you up, all right, and take you where you need to go. Should we have her on campus, everybody? Oh, we're getting a lot of thumbs up. We're getting a lot of them. All right. So some of our
no, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Like,
right.
Maybe not. Okay.
Right. Okay. So we got some questions coming in. So our first one's from Mary Nottingham. Mary, go ahead.
How did you like working with Steve?
He's the greatest. Okay, I knew Steve from Chicago because I went after I graduated from University of Arts in Philadelphia. My aunt sent me a ticket to check out Second City. She lived in Chicago, and to stay with her. And so I ended up taking class there, and then I worked in the touring company. So I knew Steve a long time ago. So he's the greatest. I mean, he's always the hardest working person. And I feel like we were so lucky because he filmed 40-Year-Old Virgin the same year he did the pilot for The Office. So when we got picked up, it was coming out. So I feel like second season was totally all about the 40-Year-Old Virgin. So yeah, he's the greatest. He's the most polite. He's the most together. He's doesn't act like a douchebag ever. So no one else can act like a douchebag. Because if you're the number one on the call sheet, like if you're the biggest star on the list, like if you don't act out, no one else can. Sometimes actors act out, which is kind of drag. So yeah, he's thank God. I mean, really, the world's a better place with Steve Carell in it.
Cool.
Yeah, good question.
Awesome. So next we have Shayna. So go ahead, Shayna.
Hi.
Yeah.
You on Dancing with the Stars. You great. I
Thank
you
you so
much. But what was it like? I love
Pasha Pashkov. This is my
so great. Love it. What was it like being on Dancing with the Stars and it being so different from what you are doing in life, really?
But really hard. It was really hard. I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know. I mean, the good news, bad news was that I was actually doing well, which meant that every week was harder and harder and harder. Because, you know, a lot of people didn't realize, like, I'm 55, so I was the oldest contestant for most of the season. And I was definitely the oldest woman the whole time.
Right.
So every once in a while I'd get a high score, you know, a couple weeks in a row, I got a high score. And then I felt like some of the women in the ladies' room were like giving me shade. I'm like, just work harder. You're 20. What's wrong with you? Like, don't give me a hard time. But it was really the best teacher student relationship I ever had. Cause literally I was dancing with Pasha Pashkov, who is, he and his wife, they're 7-time national champs and they're world champs. So to be dancing with the best dancer literally in the country is like, I had no business, but that's how the show works. So I felt super lucky. And then I got to do a lot of the tour. I got to do more of the tour than any of the other celebs. I got 54 shows, but we only got to do 43 of my 54. So that's okay. But it was great. It was a really great experience. And as an artist, like, it's so rare. We all get pigeonholed once you get successful at something. And like, usually you just get to be funny forever. And that's not a bad thing, but I'm just lucky that I got asked to dance and that it became like this, you know, amazing internal experience. And I don't know, just so much joy in dancing. Yeah. And I just want to tell everybody to move. Like, it actually makes you physically, it makes you feel better. It's like, it's better than drugs, man. I'm telling you.
Thank you so much. Megan Winterbottom, go ahead.
Hi, I was wondering, when you were filming The Office, what was your favorite scene you got to film?
Oh my God, it's so hard to pick one, but I will say in Rockin' Christmas, there's a scene where Michael drags Meredith into rehab. And basically that was not supposed to be, we weren't really supposed to talk because it wasn't scripted. And we were very scripted on the show. I mean, every once in a while we got to improvise. People think it was all improvised. No. The writers were so great. So that was the one time that I felt like we just had this time to just improvise the whole time, the whole chase scene. And I didn't know if they were actually going to use our voices because there may have been a voiceover or just as a montage. So I was so proud that they actually used what we improvised. So, and also improvising with Steve is like the dream. I mean, he's like a master class every time I worked with him. He's the greatest. So yeah, I'd have to say that, yeah. That and maybe Walk of Shame with Will Ferrell and Steve. When Meredith gets presented with her Dundee nomination at her crappy house.
So I do full-time diversity training. So I go and help people get along. And I have this activity and it's called Diversity Charades. And let me tell you, everybody's like, oh, this is just like The Office. I'm like, no. There's some learning components to this. No, you're supposed to see what inclusion and diversity is about. So
great. Yeah, I was Brazil. Meredith was Brazil, which is hilarious. Such a great writing.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. So Marielle, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Kate. I was just wondering, when you started filming The Office, were you expecting it to ultimately become as successful as it has?
I was not. I actually kept my restaurant job during the first season because I didn't know if we were going to get picked up. I was nervous. And also because the British show was such a hit. And at that time, any time American producers tried to do a British show, it never worked. So I thought, here we go again. It's going to be another stink bomb. But yeah, and then somewhere between season 1 and 2, when we got picked up, I was like, oh, this could be a thing, you know. And then Steve's success with 40-Year-Old Virgin, I was like, I don't know, this maybe this will work. So yeah, I feel super lucky. It's really been an interesting unfolding.
Oh, it will always be one of my favorite shows of all time. So next we have Emma. Go ahead, Emma.
Hi.
Hey, Emma.
My mom and I just restarted the whole season. We're on season 6, or the whole series. We're doing pretty well. My question is, who did you enjoy working with most, and what is your favorite memory?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard to pick one person because I loved working with Rain. I mean, the thing about Rain is that I always felt like he was more like Dwight than most other people were like their characters, and in a good way. And I felt like I don't know, he was very generous, and I always felt like there was some extra annoying thing about our characters together that really worked for me. I don't know. But I have such great memories, when Michael's last Dundee's, when Michael proposes to Holly and the sprinklers go off because he lights every candle in the universe to propose to her, and we all had to get wet. That was really fun to shoot. And sad and sweet. Like, I was totally for all the love story stuff, you guys. I'm totally mushy. So when Jim and Pam got together, I was like, thank God. So every time we read every script every week at the table read, I'd be like tortured when things were, because they didn't work out for a long time. So it's hard to pick one, but those, that was, and it was fun. The whole bat with Dwight, the bat in the office with the bag over the head. That was really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my
How
God.
many times have you been to Scranton? I mean, we were talking to Craig Robinson about this, and he was saying, that there was one time it was like a town like parade. They like welcomed you with open arms. Like, how many times have you actually been there?
Well, 2 with everybody. Once they had Office Olympics in 2007, I think. And that was so awesome. So we basically, it wasn't just Office Olympics, it was an office convention basically that they threw with NBC. So but it wasn't the whole cast. I don't think the top 5 were there. I think it was just the rest of us, but that was really fun. And then when this show ended in 2013, we did a wrap party and a parade. And there wasn't a lot of security. I got to tell you, I was like, wow, there was so little security. I think I'm pregnant. So bad. But I was like, there's so many people that came up against us. I was like, what is happening? It was nuts, but it's really fun. And then I actually was in the St. Patrick's Day parade 4 years ago. And that was really, really fun, except everybody got mad at me because they couldn't find a back place for me to go to the bathroom. So I had to cut the line at a restaurant at Cooper's, and the women in that line, the ladies' room line, they wanted me dead.
Oh, they didn't even recognize you.
They did, but they were pissed because they were waiting to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I peed myself.
Like,
I just let you go. And I'm okay with that.
Oh my gosh. That's so
My wife has
funny.
no idea what the context of this conversation is. She's looking over at me like, what? You peed yourself? My 5-year-old daughter's like, see, I told you.
That's so funny. I was just saying, I also have a friend from high school that that lives in Scranton now. And I remember partying at Scranton in high school at the university because I went to Catholic school outside of Philadelphia at Archbishop Carroll in Radnor. And so there's the universities there's Catholic. So there was a lot of like crossover, so I knew people there early. So I'd been to Scranton before. I don't recommend underage drinking, you guys. I really don't. Different time back then. Different time. In trouble.
So next we have Joseph. Joseph Lamanna, are you there?
I am. How are you?
Hey, Joseph. How are you?
First of all, just want to say my best friend and I are huge fans. We watch The Office like constantly. We literally just go over to each other's houses to watch The Office.
Fantastic.
So she's watching the Facebook Live. So my question for you is, who is your favorite boss to work under? Andy, Michael, Dwight, and a little bit Creed when he was in there for a little bit?
I'm gonna say, of course, Michael, but second choice is Charles Minor. Just because I really liked Idris, he's a really great guy, even though I don't think he was a great fit to Dunder Mifflin. And then Will Ferrell was so much fun to work with as Diego. But yeah, it's so hard. I mean, Kathy Bates is awesome. James Spader. Don't make me pick, but yeah.
So many great bosses.
Thank you so much.
Next we have Molly Sanderson. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hi. So our question was, do you remember working with Patricia O'Neill and how was it? Like, he's such a great
I
comedian.
do. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so funny. Well, hey, Molly. Which one's Molly? You're both Molly? Okay.
He's Molly.
I'm Molly.
Are you
Hi,
on?
Brian.
Hey, Brian. Don't be on, Molly. Sorry. That's my, don't do drugs. You guys, I do remember Patrice O'Neill. What's interesting is that I have a comedy act called The Lampshades. We're like a dying lounge act. So I had done shows with Patrice in the past, like stand-up shows, group stand-up shows, obviously, that I hosted. And he was, you know, I mean, I knew Craig Robinson knew him because Craig also did some stand-up stuff too. And yeah, that was such a bummer. I mean, I thought he was such a good addition to the Warehouse, and it's just a bummer that that he died so young, you know. But yeah, that's. Are you guys? Do you know his stand-up?
Oh yeah, I know his stand-up. He's one of my favorite comedians. Him and Bill Burr, they're hilarious.
Brian, you and Molly have great taste.
Guess
Seriously,
what, Kate? We had Bill Burr on. We had Bill Burr on last week.
Oh no,
we missed Bill Burr.
Listen, Kate, so what we'll do is we have a whole list of people for this week. We will show it to you before you leave. And if you want to be on any of those Zoom calls, you are more than welcome to join.
I was supposed to work with Bill Burr last month, but it got canceled because of the, you know, the insanity. That's so funny. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Love it. I'm on call. Put me on call.
Allison Weissman, go ahead and ask your question. We got tons of questions rolling in now, so get ready.
Hi.
Hi.
So I was wondering, what's your life like outside of filming and outside of the office and things that go along with that?
Well, I can't speak for the last 6 weeks because it's a whole other planet, but I'm usually traveling a lot. I've done, like, just in the last year and a half, we've done a bunch of, a few people from the office have done a bunch of Comic-Cons. We've like seen a lot of fans. I also tour with Jane Lynch a couple times a year. We usually do a big Christmas tour. And last year we were at the Carlisle in New York. We were there for a few weeks, and we were supposed to do some out of town shows this spring, but they've gotten postponed. We're supposed to be in Alaska in September. I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, there's like, I sometimes improvise. I sometimes still do my comedy act, Lampshades. So usually I'm like super busy. And then my boyfriend lives in Redondo Beach. So I spend some time down there. I'm usually not laying out on the beach, but I'm usually on a bike or you know, walking, you know. But yeah, I mean, and then I try to get to Philly as much as I can to see my family, and in the summer, Ocean City, New Jersey, whenever I can. But you know, I feel like I'm in touch pretty much a lot with a lot of people in the office on a regular basis, which is really nice because we were together for 9 years, so we're like a family.
Thank you.
So much. I'm not shooting up and being drunk all the time, I swear.
So Kate, real quick, if people want to follow you like on social media, they want to see what you're currently doing, like what are some of your social media handles so they can continue to follow you?
Yeah, on Instagram, I'm at The Real Kate Flannery. On Twitter, I'm at Kate Flannery. Facebook, Kate Flannery. And I'm actually on Cameo too. There's a few of us from the office on Cameo. So if you guys want to do a video for somebody, you know, I know you can't go out, so it's so lame. We're stuck.
Oh, I was already following you. There you go.
Oh, good.
Nice. Awesome. So next we have, correct me if I'm mispronouncing your name, but Anam, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, it's Anam.
Okay, Anam. Awesome. Go ahead.
So hi, I'm Anam's sister, Arisha.
I just said thank you for introducing yourself. Arisha, thank you, Anam.
Hey, thanks for meeting with us, by the way. This is really fun.
Oh my gosh.
So if you could play any other character on The Office besides Meredith, of course, who would it be and why?
God, that's such a great question. Wow. I'm gonna. Oh my gosh. It's funny because I had first auditioned for the part of Jan, and obviously they went a completely different way. But I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Aaron. Wouldn't that be weird? I don't know. I just want to shake it up. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's tough because I feel I can't imagine being anybody but who I was. Creed would be fun, but I don't know. I don't think I could do Dwight. And I think, yeah. How about Pam? That'd be weird. Oh my God, that'd be so weird.
You were a
great question. Oh my gosh, I really have to open up my head for that. You are a challenging person. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
You're great, Meredith.
So, Kate, what do you say to people who say, because I have people say this to me all the time, I've never seen The Office. Is it funny? I mean, there are people that just, those people exist. So, like, what do you say? What do you say to those individuals?
Get out of the rock that you've crawled under. We're everywhere. It's kind of true, though. You know, I feel like it doesn't happen that often anymore because I feel like everyone at least knows about it. You know, it's not my job to sell you on The Office. You know, it's, you know, sometimes people will say, I'm sorry I don't watch TV, which I always feel like, okay, then you don't need to be sorry. It's fine, you know. Awkward. Now you want me to, I don't know, absolve you of your sins because you don't know The Office? I don't know. Whatever. It's all good.
Oh my goodness.
Talk about something else. We don't have to talk about what you don't know. That's okay. Crazy.
Maddie Justice, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. How about you?
I'm good. Huge Dancing with the Stars fan. And I was so happy to see you on it because I love female comedians on Dancing with the Stars. I think they're awesome. I definitely think you should have gone farther. My best friend and I were using all our votes for you, but what was your favorite memory?
Oh my gosh, there were so many. I think Disneyland was really fun when we got to shoot at Disneyland. That was a blast. But I think just kind of cracking the maybe when you know, I'm going to say the dancing the Viennese waltz. That was really, really fun. And I'm going to show you a picture. Yes, picture Pasha. Can you see this? Okay. Yeah, that was fun. And then I met the Property Brothers because they came to the show because one of the Property Brothers had been on before, which was nuts. And one of the Property Brothers dates Zoe Deschanel, and she was there, and I had done an episode of New Girl, so they were like, "Hey." A weird showbiz thing that doesn't happen. But I also think just like realizing that I wasn't going to be a one and done on the show, that I actually was going to continue for a while because I didn't know if I could do it. I mean, I hadn't danced since college really. And so it was a really interesting challenge. And Pasha was just the best teacher ever.
His choreography was amazing for it being his first season. And you did great. You were amazing. So
thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was doing the tour, but unfortunately we got cut short, but that was really, really fun. Just an amazing, the fans are incredible, as are the Office fans. So I feel like I got really lucky. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So we're going to go to Jill Creighton next. There are a couple questions that have kind of already been answered, so I'm going to skip around a little bit. So Jill, go ahead.
Hi, nice to meet you, Kate. I am a huge fan of The Office. We just did like our 18 millionth rewatch of the full show, and I'm binging the Office Ladies podcast right now, so hope you get on. But I'm wondering, in the finale or the second to last episode, Meredith Palmer says that she was working on her PhD in educational psychology for 7 years of the documentary. So I'm wondering, did Meredith finish her PhD? And if so, what is she doing now?
I think she did finish her PhD, but I think that teachers get paid so lousy that she's still at Dunder Mifflin. That's what I think.
I think COVID is helping people understand that teachers need to be paid more.
Yes, they do, for sure. I love your Westchester background. My sister is a graduate, class of 87, the School of Social Work. And, you know, I visited the campus many times. You guys keep up the good work. And, you know, if you're a senior, I'm sorry, it sucks to have a virtual graduation, but also you're not in the hot sun. You're not, you know, having to split your time with your family and your friends, which is always the hardest thing about graduation. But, you know.
I'm not a senior, but I'm finishing my doctorate on Friday.
You are, congratulations. That's amazing.
Congrats, yes.
That's amazing. What are you getting your doctorate in?
Public administration.
Oh, fantastic. Oh my gosh. Well, I just wish you all the best. And I don't have a tassel, but na.
Yeah, there you go.
Here's a Dundee. Hey.
Hey, there you go.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I think both my undergrad and graduations were two of like the hottest possible days they could possibly be. And I got the worst sunburn of my life, like at my graduation. So it's fine.
I went to a school called Slippery Rock University.
I've actually played Slippery Rock. I've played there. Yes, I've done shows there. That's so funny.
It's a real place. Some people are like, what? We were a Jeopardy question, so we were good.
Hey, what happens in Slippery Rock stays in Slippery Rock, right? because nobody.
Well, I wish that happened for most people.
So we've got Jillian Boyle next. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Ask your question.
Hi, we love you. Hi. Your boob is out. Your boob is out. Okay.
Are they observing social distancing over there? There's a lot of people.
Okay.
You guys.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Dr. Geno's, and have you watched The Office the whole way through?
What was your first question to cut out?
Pat's or Geno's?
Pat's or Geno's? Jim's. Sorry.
Thank you.
I agree to disagree. Yes. And then what was the second question?
Have you watched The Office the whole way through?
You know what? I haven't. I mean, I watched them originally, but I have not done appointment. I just watch when I catch it on, usually like on Comedy Central. I don't usually, I'm not that self-centered. I'm like, I watch myself. But I really should, because it's such great writing, and I love that the Office Ladies podcast is going through one at a time and kind of like, you know, reliving all the moments, because it's, you know, it's there's, I think it really holds up, and it's, you know, some people do a show and they never watch it again, so like, but I don't feel that way. I just haven't made the time to do it, but I will now that I will.
Yeah. Is it weird, like hearing yourself and seeing yourself on TV?
A little bit, but I felt very taken care of on that show. I didn't feel like it was about me, you know. I mean, I feel like the lovely thing about the Office producers and stuff is like, sometimes when a show's on the air for a long time, a character will kind of morph and start talking more, and maybe be less funny, maybe more, they talk, you know, they're more expositional, they're more part of the plot line. And I kind of love the fact that Meredith was still playing that weird chess game of just kind of being on the outside, and every once in a while being inside, but just kind of being like this funny, you know, still the physical comedy. I was really proud of that.
Can we go to Port Richards?
Oh, you did? Oh, Kelly. I know people don't even know that. You guys, thank you so much. Really, I hope you're hanging in there. Really.
Have you ever been to Delisandro's in Germantown?
I have.
That is delicious, and
Yes.
they still don't accept credit cards, so they can keep all the prices on their cheesesteaks.
Isn't that great? I thought it was considered Roxborough, but I guess it is Germantown. Yeah.
It's like when the meat touches your tongue, it like dissolves. That's what it is. I love Delisandro. So shout out to the owners.
How bad? I was just say, I don't think I've ever. I think I've eaten from there. I don't know. I think I've been in the car, but I don't know if I've been in the building. If you know what I'm saying? I think somebody else picked it up when I was in the car. Yeah, no, that is great. You're right.
Awesome. So next we have
yeah.
You can't go wrong, really.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I was about to say, Leah, yes, you can go wrong.
You can go wrong.
Okay, but with the ones you just named.
Yeah, none of those.
Oh, not with the ones you named.
No,
right.
Absolutely not.
You ever have a cheesesteak from Chinatown?
Do it wrong.
Yeah, you ever have a cheesesteak from Chinatown?
No, I don't know why.
Yeah. You can't go wrong.
Run.
We'll talk
Okay, fair. So Catherine, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi. I had two little tiny questions, I guess. What are the chances of an Office reunion happening? Then what was your favorite memory from filming?
I don't know if there's going to be a reunion. I'm not the one holding it up. If it's held up, it's not because of me, because I'm totally pro reboot of any kind, because I love what they did with Parks and Rec. I thought that was so awesome this week. It's hard to pick one moment of filming, but one of my favorite episodes was I feel like oh my gosh, it's so hard to I actually had fun during lice. That was really fun. That crazy bald cap was nuts. And then I kind of loved getting to wear wigs. I love the whole thing with the storyline of Meredith going to the royal wedding where she lied and said she went to her sister's funeral, but instead she went to the royal wedding. It's crazy. The People's Princess. Anyway.
Kate, we're actually streaming on Facebook, so there are people that are watching it, and we have a guy on here. His name is Luke Strong. He says, "Hey, Westchester, thanks for doing this." Luke from Res Life, from Warren Wilson College. So people are watching from there too.
Nice.
His question is, since you didn't get to play when Ryan started the fire, what 5 items would you bring to the desert island?
Well, I think we talked about, my character did talk about Ghost, the movie Ghost. I thought that was one of the choices, one of the movies, but yeah. Probably 5 things: Jack Daniels, Absolute, Jose Cuervo, Budweiser, and Jim Beam. 5 friends. Those
Love
are Bruce's stupid jokes. Sorry. Thanks.
So we had a second Catherine asking a question. I think you're both talking at the same time. So other Catherine, go for it.
Okay,
Catherine D, go for it.
Hi, I'm Catherine. My question was, so Meredith was a really crazy character. Were there any ideas that got pitched to you that like you didn't do because they were maybe a little too far?
Obviously not, because I was topless. I showed some skin 5 different times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually got sprung on me at the last minute, which is definitely the way to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Casual Friday was but it was just like the best written. So yeah, I was like, I know I'm in good hands. So how can I say no? You know? So yeah, no, not really. No. I mean, the only thing is they literally asked me to really shave my head and I said no.
Yeah.
I asked if there was another option and they did have like the best bald cap guy in the world. So yeah.
Why didn't they start with that suggestion?
I know, right? Well, they thought they weren't going to get the joke of me. There's like a shot where I kind of look like Benjamin Franklin because I cut, and they were afraid they weren't going to get that shot. And the guy figured out how to do that without really shaving my head. So mission accomplished.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
So I think we're going to have time for just a couple more. So I think Nick Anderson, I think you were next.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. How you doing?
I'm
Nice
good.
shirt. Nice
Thank
shirt.
you. I also have what's called Pam and Jim mug too. I was drinking out a little bit.
Nice.
My quick question was just, do you still have the cast that Jim signed when you were hit by the car?
Strange but true, I do.
Okay.
I don't have it in my living room. I should really have it out. It's in the closet, but maybe I'll put it in like a lucite case. It's got John's signature. And yes, the first take, he literally signed John Krasinski instead of Jim.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a great question. We made like 5 or 6 of those because I had to do so literally there was one day where I literally said Meredith gets plastered, literally, because they had to do the plaster of Paris for the case for the cast. Yeah, crazy, bizarre. My life is weird. You guys are awesome. Thanks for asking.
That's so funny. I think this kind of segues into Emily's question. So Emily Lyons, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, it kind of does connect, but do you have a favorite piece of memorabilia from filming?
I have the cast, but I also have Meredith's purse. I don't know if you guys remember, but Meredith always wore her almost like a crossing guard. She always had her purse like over her shoulder, like even during the fire drill, I think she had her purse, like she always grabbed it. And for some reason I saved all of the flyers because we had the best prop department ever. So I have the program from Jim and Pam's wedding. I have a program from Sweeney Todd when we went to that. There's like a number of things. I think Cece's christening. I have the flyers like all still in that purse. So I think that's kind of cool because it kind of like still lives in that reality.
Kind of feels like the little teapot with the little presents inside. It's like the purse with the little memories inside.
We got Amy on Facebook saying, "Oh my gosh, that's Meredith." She didn't say it, so.
Oh my gosh. Yay, so I think we have time for these last 2 questions that we have. So Mallory Mathias, I think you're next. So go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, huge fan. Loved you on The Office and loved you on Dancing with the Stars.
Thank you so much.
So my question is, what is your favorite like office episode that's like Meredith focused, like the one where Michael hit you with his car, or like when Meredith got really drunk at the Christmas party? Like any of those, like which one was your favorite to film?
Fun Run was really fun because I actually got to do my own stunt. I like rolled on the glass and rolled off the car, which was really fun. I kind of like doing my own stunts. It was fun. But Moroccan Christmas was particularly memorable because there were so many scenes and it just got so wrong so fast.
Yeah, that's like in my top 5. That episode is so fun. I watch it like on Christmas every year. It's so fun.
Merry Christmas. It's so not Christmas, but I love that you watch it. Yeah, I mean, I have to tell you, no one was more grateful to be on that show than me. I mean, I feel like even when I wasn't talking, I got to witness like the best comedy ever on a regular basis, you know? So I don't know. I feel like it's hard to pick. It's really hard to pick. It's like a champagne problem I have, you guys. Pick. Don't make me pick. What a great question. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You guys hang in there. Oh my gosh.
All right, Jessica Lund, go ahead.
Hey, you there?
You here, Jessica?
Jessica.
Maybe. Is she still here? I'm gonna look for her.
Jessica.
No.
Jessica.
Wait, she's here. Oh, I'm unmuting you. Go ahead. Can you talk now?
Oh, we were the system. We were blocking her.
I was just gonna say, I think she's here.
I'm here, right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, so I just want to say thank you again for doing this. This is awesome. I'm a big fan, but my brother is 17. He's on the phone right now.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
His name's
What's your
Josh.
brother's name?
Josh.
Josh. What's up, Josh? What's up?
Say hey.
What's up?
He's an even bigger fan, crazy fan, and he wanted me to ask you, how did it feel to be on the show from the beginning all the way till the end?
It was amazing because I felt like we were like a family, but also like we worked with the best directors, the best writers. We had a lot of movie directors come and work with us. We had J.J. Abrams and Jon Favreau and Harold Ramis from Ghostbusters, like crazy. It was just, you know, it was the greatest gig ever. And as much as I'm still having fun and still getting to work with a lot of different people now, I feel like it's going to be really hard to top that. So give your brother Dundee, virtual Dundee for me, right? Okay.
Our last question is from Julia. Julia, be very quick. Go ahead.
Hi, I just wanted to know, what was your favorite Meredith quote?
Probably talk classy, act nasty. It's like the worst advice ever. The worst.
Everybody, this is Kate Flannery. She spent some time with us today. Kate, thank you so much for spending this awesome time with our students.
Chester.
Again, this program is brought to you by Residence Life and Housing Services. So, Kate, what we've been doing to every one of our speakers before they leave is we allow them to give us the final word. So maybe you have a key to life or something you want to leave with the students, or final phrases from Kate, whatever you want to say. It is on you. 3, 2, 1, go.
I just want to say, don't ever worry about the jobs you don't get. They lead you to the jobs you're supposed to get. And really, it's like, if I knew that when I was younger, I could have saved myself a lot of trouble. It's a hard concept sometimes because you still get disappointed, but I do feel like we're all being looked after in a great way. And sometimes you just got to take a deep breath and trust in the things you can't see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kate Flannery, everybody. Kate, so this is the part where I think you'd be interested in. So let me know if you want to come to any of these. For anybody who is still watching, we just had Kate Flannery today. Tomorrow we have Trav Q at 2. He's an internet sensation. He plays jokes on celebrities. We got Jay Harris from ESPN. We got Elijah Connor. He is the iconic Diddy stare down emoji, but he sings. So he's going to come and hit us with some tunes. Vince Papale, Eagles legend. Brian Dawkins is with us tomorrow. We have Jordan from Grownish, Walter Emmanuel Jones. He was the first Black Power Ranger. We got Francia from American Teenager, as well as Grownish, and Mark Q. Richardson from Dear White People. So we ask that you all join us, and we will all see you then. Thank you so much, everybody. Kate, if you stay on, we'll thank you in person.